Given your prediction and your projections of college football, which programs do you think will experience the most improvement this year? Well, I've got I got four of them that just pop right to the top of my mind. The first one is Nebraska, but I've talked about Nebraska a lot, so I'm not going to give you all the reasons again. You know all the reasons. A bunch of close losses last year, second most active team in the portal. So I think that even though you look at the returning production numbers out there and they're not sky high, I think it's misleading with Nebraska because I think they did fairly significantly upgrade their roster, especially at quarterback with Casey Thompson. And remember about Casey Thompson, who was the former Texas quarterback. For those of you who don't follow the sport day to day, thank you for listening to the podcast, though. Remember about Casey Thompson, this is not like a true freshman coming in and you're just putting all your eggs in the true freshman basket. That's not the way it is. He has already played high-level football. He played at Texas. So the spotlight's not going to get to him. The pressure's not going to get to him. Nebraska plays Oklahoma in week 3. Casey Thompson's already been there. And so there are a lot of things that you're asking him to do at Nebraska that at least will not be new to him. So you've got that going for Nebraska. They had 3 wins last year. Their over-under win total is 7.5 this year. So at the very least, I expect improvement from them. The next team is Texas. Texas, as I've said a million times, this will just be 1,000,001. I think will be the most fascinating team in the country this year, high level or otherwise, but especially since they're a national brand. Think about how many ingredients have been thrown in the blender here. Quinn Ewers, just if I mentioned this alone, if I didn't change anything about Texas, but I just brought Quinn Ewers in, big-time quarterback, number 1 quarterback in the cycle a couple of years ago, that alone would make Texas must-see. But then when I tell you they brought in other guys, they overturned like 40% of their roster. They got the number 6 transfer portal class. They finished number 5. Don't forget this. They had a top 5 recruiting class to go along with this number 6 portal class. They improved on the lines of scrimmage in recruiting. At least on paper they did. That's all we can go by right now. I think Texas, when you look at them last year failing to make a bowl game, but you look at their over-under win total in the 8.5 or even 9 win range, depending on where you look this year, yeah, it's a lofty expectation, but that's an improvement. If they win 8 games, that's an improvement. They may have the best running back in the country. Who knows? Maybe they've got the best quarterback, not in the country. I mean, I'm not expecting Quinn Ewers to just instantly be Bryce Young new and improved, but what if Bryce Young, or what if Quinn Ewers rather, fulfills on 80% of the hype rate and the expectation people have for him? Texas would be the Big 12 champion. That's what would happen if that were to occur. So Texas is one. USC is another one. USC's over-under preseason win total is at 9. They were so bad last year they fired a coach. So Lincoln Riley's come in there. He has the most activity in the portal. They've got the top overall portal class. So they went 4-8 last year. Vegas over-under is 9 right now. Even if they fall a little bit short of that expectation, it still means they've improved. I mean, if they make a bowl game, they've significantly improved. I look at the raw talent roster that's been assembled there. And if they were to win 8 games, let's just, for argument's sake, put them at 8-4, there'd be some people disappointed. I would not be one of them. You know, I guess if they start 5-0 and then they falter down the stretch, yeah, you'll be asking, oh, what could have been? What if? But bottom line is that would mean they've doubled their win total in the span of 1 year. That would be a good sign. And I would imagine there'd probably be a lot of volatility in that 8-4 record to where in some of those 8 wins, they probably played well enough to make you think, wow, when they click, anything's possible. Imagine what 2023 is going to be like. But USC, I expect them to be one, and I don't even have to leave LA for the other team, UCLA. This has got to be such an opportune position for Chip Kelly. They were the number 8 team in our transfer portal rankings. Kelly recently signed an extension. They were 8-4 last year. Did you know that's their best record since 2018? Did anyone know that? They did it so quietly. And here they are, and they return a quarterback, and they've got guys like Charbonnet, you know, the running back out there. They've got established production guys offensively, hired a new defensive coordinator, Bill McGovern, by the way. He's got like 100 million years of experience. But also, they sit in the same city as Lincoln Riley. And so they get no spotlight, they will get no attention, and they're just kind of hovering out there. Utah comes into the Rose Bowl just not the most intimidating atmosphere in the world, but they've got a schedule that sets up very well for them to maybe pull off some surprises. Their win total is 8.5. So who knows? You know, right now, I think a lot of people know there are high expectations for USC. Did you know that UCLA's expectations almost mirror theirs for year one under Chip Kelly, or year one under Lincoln Riley? I don't think a lot of people realize that. So you give me Nebraska, Texas, USC, and UCLA there.